Hello, welcome to Model Kit Stuff. Yes, it's Saturday again, and we've got a box opening today. Welcome to Model Kit Stuff, where you'll find all of this. Welcome to Model Kit Stuff. If you're one of my new subscribers, a massive welcome to the channel. I hope you're going to find something here that you will enjoy. We cover all sorts of stuff, so there's bound to be something of interest. And for those of you that have been here before, a massive welcome back. Good to see you as always. So once again, it's Saturday and Table Talk is my little spot where we talk about what's going on and other things. We do all sorts of stuff like opening boxes. We'll get to that in a short while. There is two things in here, both of which I think you'll find interesting. So the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that there is a small change. Well, actually, it's not that small, is it? Small change to the modelling bench. I have upgraded my computer. Before we get into that though, I must apologise for any banging you might hear in the background. I'm going to do my best to edit it out. This is the only window of opportunity I've got to record the video, and my neighbour is on holiday. She works at a school, and in the summer holidays she's either banging something in the back garden, building something out of scrap wood, something every year, mending something that doesn't need mending. She just must be really bored because she's always hammering at something. Or she's sat in the garden playing her music so loud it means that we can never get peace and quiet in the garden. It's a real pain. Oh well, it could be worse. Not much though. Right, so yeah, I've upgraded the computer. This is one of the next domino effects to improving the camera. So as many of you know, if you've been following the channel for a little while, this year we upgraded the camera to a Canon camcorder that does 4K, and I'm really impressed with that. And then there was all sorts of things that came out of that, like needed a different microphone and we needed different memory cards. And another problem that I've been getting is on my previous Mac. So my previous Mac was a MacBook Air. For those of you that perhaps use Microsoft products, you won't know it, but it's, let me just get it out. I think it's 14-inch, and it's a great computer, super fast, and unlike a Mac, it doesn't slow down, and yeah, it's got lots of advantages. It has the best internet search engine, and best built-in protections, and all sorts of great stuff. One thing you can't do though, and this is the only downside of having a company that develops both the hardware and the software, is the fact that you can't upgrade your disk space. So if you've got Microsoft and all the components are separate, that gives you an opportunity to personalize and construct things more than you can when you buy a Mac. So what was happening is the 4K files are being that much bigger were causing me a problem. It meant I had to clean things out pretty regularly, and if I was editing a Table Talk video that's maybe an hour long, and then also in the background editing Saturday's video, which is Friday night's video, which is typically an hour long, it was struggling to cope, because when I bought it, it had plenty of capacity for what I was doing. Now I have 4 terabytes of solid state storage remote, 2 on a Wi-Fi and 2 hardwired, and everything's being stored there. Nothing's being stored on the computer, but iMovie, you've got to clear it out because that's my editing software. What it does is it even when you've finished a project, it stores it in the background, so you have to go out and clean it out fairly regularly. And it was becoming a real pain, constantly having to sort it out. So I decided that to make my life easier, I wanted to upgrade the computer. That would be my it'd be my 5th Mac actually, but it'd be my 3rd current live Mac. So one of them is going to get tidied up, reset, cleaned, buy some accessories for it and given to one of my daughters as a Christmas present, who uses computers quite a bit. It's constantly asking for my computer so she can do stuff. So seems like a good way to go. So I upgraded. Now this is a refurbished one. It saved me about 300 quid. There was only one, so you get to choose your colour now with the new iMacs, the desktop versions. And I actually would have preferred the blue, but I wanted the 3M chip, not the 1M chip. Is it that M1 or M3? Either way, I think it's 3M. So I wanted the 3M chip, and I wanted 2 terabytes of storage. They had one in the refurbished, so I went for that one, which we ended up with a sort of glam rock green, metallic green. Actually, it's grown on me actually. It's a lot darker on the back, but everything gets keyed into it. Even the mouse is coloured to it. So yeah, it's definitely, you could see Mark Bolan wearing a pair of those trousers that colour, couldn't you? So yeah, it's yeah, not my choice of colour. However, if I'm going to save 300 quid, my colour's not going to be as important as maybe it would have been. So for all intents and purposes, a brand new computer. It's got the most recent specs. Certainly runs quicker. One of the big differences I've found is loading video files into my editing software from my solid state drives is massively quicker. And the 3M chip is about, my understanding, is about 2.5 times faster than the Intel equivalent. So it seems to be running really well. There's 1 or 2 things I've still got to set up. I've had the computer since Tuesday. So I ordered it Saturday. And no, it was supposed to come Tuesday and it arrived Monday. I beg your pardon. So I've had it since Monday. So I've got some things set up, but not everything. And annoyingly, the thumbnail creator software that I use, that app, when I've tried to download it on here, wants me to pay for it again. I bought a lifetime membership of it. So I've had to message them and say, how do I transfer it onto the new Mac? Now, it's not a big issue because I'm keeping my laptop as well. I do need something that's mobile, desktop, not really mobile. Believe it or not, you can get a carry case for that. No. So, yeah. So, and of course, just like the camera, there's a few knock-on effects. Like, it wasn't really at the right height, so I needed to uplift it. That meant it's going to take up space, so I've needed to move things around. And I've got a drawer unit, so things that were in drawers stacked have now been emptied into that. So we've had to reorganise a bit. You know, it is what it is. But another upside is I've been able to plug my portable DVD player into it, so I can now have movies on when I'm modelling as well as music. So, you know, a couple of wins all round. So I'm happy with it. Yeah, and it's a decent sized screen as well, so it's 24 inch. So when I'm editing, it's easier because I can have my editing suite open. I get a bigger view of things, but I can also have my down the side, I can have my video clips that I'm migrating in. So rather than having to switch between programs, I can have multiple things open because I've got enough space to do it. I could do it in the other computer, of course, my laptop, but it was just that much more squeeze that it wasn't really practical. So yeah, but you can see you've got plenty of space for things there. So that was my big spend, because it's £2,000 or so, 2,200 I think it was, all in all. So yeah. So anyway, that is done and working for me. I've got a bit of work to do on it to get it where I want it to be in terms of setup, but it's getting there. So that was the sort of big news for me this week. And then we've got this. So a new product's been launched. I suspect it's I know it's inspired by products that are already being used by modelers, but the company that have done it have taken an extra mile to make it more specific for modelers, and I really love that. So we'll talk about that in a minute when we do the box opening. But before we do the box opening, let's talk about what happened last week. So Monday, we kicked off talking about coverings for your modelling desk. Let's just move this box for a moment. And we talked about this. Well, actually, we didn't talk about this one. We talked about a grey one, which is now under here and under here. Originally I bought a grey one, and that's the one that featured in the video on Monday. And then I started doing some first impressions videos, and the first impressions videos I did, the models all had grey plastic, and I thought it was a little bit difficult to make them out on the grey background, which hadn't really occurred to me when I bought it. So I bought another one that's blue. You never get blue plastic. There might be one or two tack-on models that do, possibly, but in the main, I think we're going to be safe. And actually, having done a couple of first impressions videos this week, really stands out well. And I've often argued that blue is a better background for showing off your models when you take photographs than white. And I used blue backgrounds when I finished my HM Pickle ship. To take some pictures for a forum at that time, and lots of people commented on how clear the pictures were, and I'm sure a proportion of that was down to the blue background. So I've ended up changing for a blue one, and that's working well for me. But I am now nearly a month into this change of mats, and it's working so well, because when I get paint on it, I can let the paint dry and it just scrapes off. It scrapes off with your fingernail or a cocktail stick or whatever. Same with glue. I can go and take it to the sink and rinse it out, or I can get a wet cloth and give it a wipe. It's better than a cutting mat. A cutting mat is brilliant for cutting on. This isn't. Don't cut on this, because you'll just slice through it and you'll end up with shreds. But yeah, I've not in that video suggested you want to replace your cutting mat. What I have suggested is there's a better surface for covering your desk and protecting your desk than cutting mats, which are, twice the price, pretty much. And you can get some cheap ones. The problems with the cheap ones is they're harder, and they don't self-seal as well, and they tend to it's a strange thing. They tend to sort of dry out, especially if they're near the light, if you've got them near a window. So yeah, you might fall lucky. You might buy a cheap one and it's brilliant and it lasts years. But my experience is that you end up thinking that they're not so great after a while. I really like these ones from Humbrol. They are good quality cutting mats, and I like the red as opposed to the green that they often are. You can get all sorts of colours now, and you can pay extra money to have a line drawing of a tank on it. Why? Yeah, I wouldn't be without a cutting mat. But I've got this A4 one, and that is perfect, because all I need to do is pick it up and bring it in when I'm doing cutting jobs, drilling jobs, whatever. And when you think about it, you don't really cut in an area that's much bigger than about that at any one time. There might be occasions where you've got a long strip and you're cutting along it, especially if you're doing wooden models, maybe, but seldom. And I do have bigger mats, A3 mats. They're in the attic, so I can always pull it down. And if I'm doing wooden ships, and I feel like I need a bigger mat regularly. There's no reason why I can't bring it down here and store it on here so I can grab it as I need it. So I feel like I've got more space and I'm working a bit tidier somehow. Anyway, there you go. That was Monday. Then on Wednesday we had the Edward Mustang, which at the time I'm recording this, it's Thursday early evening. What are we? 4:20. And if I just refresh that, we're at 607 views, so that's pretty much on par for a video nearly 48 hours, day and a half later. So 1 day and 8 hours it's telling me. So yeah, not as popular a video as some first impressions. I guess it's because, you know, there's so many Mustangs out there, it's not exciting. If this was a brand new tool Mustang from a different kit company, it would be higher, you know. The Chinook, it was at nearly 1,000 by this point. So it does depend on the subject matter. So yeah, and then we had, hopefully, Scharnhorst. Now, the Scharnhorst video is edited, but I've edited it on here, first video edited on here. So what you watched last night was edited on here. But I've got to do a new intro for it because I can't move that over, migrate it over from the last one particularly easily anyway. And I'm changing the tune. I decided the tune that I'd put with the introduction bit, so if you've not seen model kit stuff before and you come across a video, you know what we do. I wanted to compress it a bit. One person made a comment about trying to make it a bit quicker, and I do agree. But what I'd done is I'd edited it to fit the music, and there was some dumps in the music which I was sort of editing it to. But it did make it too long. So what I've done is what I want to do is compress it, and I found a better, more cheerful, I think, piece of music, which we're going to put in and then drag it out. Again, it's from YouTube, so it's not an excellent piece of music, but it just knocks me that I haven't got a little bit of tune. It is a little bit more professional, but we're not going to be putting music in the videos anymore. That's you know, you all voted quite clearly we don't need music, so we won't be having music in the video ever again. And I won't be changing tunes and having, you know, I used to try and find some Japanese music because it's a Japanese ship and that sort of stuff. I ain't wasting time on that anymore. One tune that says this is model kit stuff, and yeah, I think I've found it. We will see. Tell me in the comments what you thought about it, because you should have experienced that for the first time, all being well, last night. So yeah. I'm back to being hand to mouth on my videos. As I look at my spreadsheet here, I've got 2 videos recorded out of 3 I need to do next week. So yeah, I've got some recording to do and none of them are edited. But we need to talk about next week, but we'll come back to that because you've been waiting to see what's in the box that's disappeared. So let's do the box opening first, then we'll talk about next week, what's coming up and what's going down. Right then, let's have a look at what's in this box. So I've not opened it. It arrived today. It could have arrived quicker for me, but there you go. When you're ordering stuff on a website and they've got it in stock, then you think they could get it to you fairly quickly. But I find, this has come from Jedlam, I find they're fairly slow on shipping compared to, well, pretty much anybody else. Let's have a look at what's in the box. Paper, that's not it. Invoice, that's not it. Right, okay. Okay, oh yeah. Right, you ready for the first item? There we go. The full set of AK Real Colour markers. So these are basically paint pens. Lots of companies do them. I've talked about them quite a bit on my channel. I've used Posca paint pens, and I've also used some cheaper brands from craft shops on some of my models that we've built on the channel. What Real Colours have done is they've come out and brought out some which are colour matched to their paints and fit aircraft and vehicle and what have you. So there's a whole range of colours. I'm guessing you can see them all there. I think it's 60 markers. Can't remember, but I bought the full set because, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound. And if I'm going to review it, let's just review them all. So you can buy them in little sets. You can buy like an Air Force set of 4, you know, Luftwaffe paints, 4 of them and that sort of stuff. Or you can go for it and buy the full lot. It was, I'm saying 60, I think it was £60. So there might be more or less in there. But that is going to be reviewed very, very soon because I'm interested to see what they're like, how they work, and so on. So I'm not a massive fan of AK, I have to say. Since they did the How to Build a Gas Chamber diorama book, I stopped using them because I was pretty disgusted at that. But this has been bought by your money through the channel, and I've sort of got a duty to explore things new for you. So not everyone shares my view of AK, so we will review them. Okay, that's the first thing out of the box. So shall we get on with what else is in there? Come on then. Packaging, that's not it. Right. Now, I've not had one of these get this brand of model for a little while. I can't remember the last time I bought one of their models. What do you mean get on with it? Right, here we go. So, here we go. The AEC Armoured Command Vehicle Dorchester ACV. Nice. Sorry, let me bring some light to it for you. There you go. So, Armoured Fighting Club model, 135 scale, with a full interior. Again, let me get you some light. Full interior. Doesn't that look cool? Yeah, and yeah, should be nice. It's got photo etch in it. So yeah. Oh yeah, right. No, you'll have to wait till the first impressions. I'm not doing it now. Absolutely not. But yeah, nice artwork on the front. It's got some guy. Looks a bit like someone out of Dad's Army. Of course he would, uniform. Appearing in the back, and that's clearly Monty talking to a dispatch rider. So yeah, very nice. There you go. One stash ad, not 2 stash ads. 1 stash ad. Is that a tool or a product? Don't know. I'll decide before I do the video. It's sort of both, but I'd class it as a product, I guess, really. Right, let's get some light over here. Right then, so there you go. That was this week's purchases. Yeah. Might have a look at those before the end of the video. Right then, so what is coming up next week? Well, that's a good question because I'm not really sure. I know what should be happening. So what should be happening on Monday is Complete Beginner's Guide to Airbrushing Part 7, which is going to focus on fine airbrushing skills and developing those skills. It's actually quite a short video. Because what you have to do is lots of practice. I'll just show you what you need to be practicing. Then on Wednesday we have a 132 scale aircraft review, which I think I'm interested to see people's comments on that one. And then on Friday it could be the Bulldog video, or it could be Scharnhorst. But actually, I think none of that's going to happen. Firstly, I'm on holiday next week. So me and Paula, not with the kids. My eldest daughter's staying here with a boyfriend. And we're going away and having a break. So It all depends on how much editing I get done before now I'm going away. Now, I've got quite a busy weekend. I've got a pack, got to do the shopping for Daisy so she can do cooking and what have you. So yeah, I've got things to do. But if I get time, I will try and at least get the airbrushing video out and the first impressions video out. Now, Friday night we might not be back, so that video won't go out if I'm not here. And is it going to be the Bulldog? Depends on whether I finish it. Would you like to see how far we are with it? Go on then. So the Bulldog needs 14 parts to be stuck on and half of the rigging to be done. So there she is, upside down. I don't know if you can make out the rigging. So I've gone with easy line in the end because I think a lot of people would like to know how to do it. And there is a knack to doing it. So yeah, I mean, other than a little bit of weathering, some panel line stuff, that's all I've got left to do. I mean, there's probably about 2 hours work there. Doing the lines. So the lines are all attached to the lower wing and lower parts of the fuselage where applicable, and then we turn it upside down, having put the upper wing on, and then we attach it, letting, to paraphrase another channel on YouTube, letting gravity be our friend. So yeah, a little bit of painting left to do, propellers on there, and propellers in progress here, and then some of the more delicate bits to go when we flip it back round. But this is a skill level 4 kit, and I was a bit sceptical about that when I did the first impressions and thought, well, it's probably a 3 and it's only a borderline 4. Am I right in saying that? It might be it's a skill level 3 and I thought it was a border level 2. Having built it, it's very, very much, if it's not a 3, if it's not a 4, it's very, very close to being a 4. The cockpit is very fiddly, and getting that upper wing on was much more difficult than I was anticipating. And Airfix have done a lot of things to make it easier for you, but it was still a real faff. I really struggled with it. So yeah, a lot of gritted teeth conversation with the model, telling it needed to sort itself out. But yeah, I'm happy with it, even though I'm not happy with it. And I think I've already told you that I've had a reaction with the clear coat, which has ruined the smoothness of the overall finish. But otherwise, it's going down really great. Engine looks awesome. Yeah, really happy with it. So that's where we are with the Bulldog. So last weekend I did nothing but work on the Bulldog and to try and get it over the line, so we've got a video in the bag. So yeah, and means I did nothing on the lifeboat. But so the Bulldog is nearly done. Now I might get some modelling time on that this evening because it's my modelling night, so I might finish that tonight, in which case I will edit all the video over the weekend with the intention of getting it loaded up for Friday in case we're back. And then we'll put it up. So look out for the video and video notifications a bit later on Friday. If we're not going to be back, then we won't be having a video this Friday, and everything will, the builds will just shift up a week, and it will definitely be out that following week. And then we'll be back on Scharnhorst, and then we're either going to be starting off the tempo build, or the lifeboat, or we'll do 2 lots of Scharnhorst and then come to the lifeboat. Don't know. That's for another video. So like I say, hopefully last night you watched the Scharnhorst video, and it's getting really interesting now because we're dealing with photo etch and building little things and putting them on and installing them, and we did wood deck yesterday, and all of that sort of stuff. So it feels like you're doing more than when you're doing the hull. Like, right, yeah, we've got to sand this, and this is 2 weekends' work. It's a bit difficult to make a video that's really exciting, but we're in the proper meat and gravy of it now. So it's a lot more fun in terms of building, and that's gonna show in the video. So I know some people were concerned that because Nigel had stopped doing his, I might stop doing mine. No. No, I love building model ships, and it's the thing that I enjoy most of all. But I've always enjoyed building vehicles and anything that's a bit interesting and a bit different. And aircraft I'm fairly new to. So aircraft, I used to build them as a kid, obviously, but I remember building the 132 Matchbox Dauntless and being really disappointed with it. It had a really low part count. It was a big old model, but I thought, it didn't impress me as much as their 172 aircraft. And I remember thinking, this is just a 172 model that they've made bigger, at whatever age I was when I built it, 13 or something. So, yeah, I didn't build large aircraft after that at all. And in fact, it might have been the last aircraft that I built for 25 plus years. Because I just completely wasn't interested in aircraft. It's never been my thing, particularly. So, I mean, I live near Woodford Aerodrome. I lived in Poynton, right next to Woodford, just between Stockport and Macclesfield there. And the landing route to land at Woodford Aerodrome on the main strip there, they went right over our house. So you'd see the red arrows coming in over our house. The route took them right over our back garden. So we used to sit in the back garden and watch the show, because you could see all the aerobatics in the distance, and then you could see them all come in really close overhead as they came into land. The Vulcan and stuff. Yeah, I mean, some of the aircraft, the Vulcan quite often would fly over from another airfield and do its thing and then fly back home. Same with the Battle of Britain that would always go over. Which was a shame, because obviously a lot of the Lancasters were built there. I did go to the air show a few times, and I worked there for a short period of time, and got up close and personal with the Vulcan that's now the museum piece at the AV Row Museum, the Heritage Museum there. And got close up to Nimrod, and I was working on civil aviation at that point. This is before 9/11. BAE cancelled all civil aviation then, which I think they were relieved, because the aircraft they were developing at the time wasn't doing what they were hoping it would do. They changed the engines to Honeywell, and they were not performing the way we needed them to. So I think they were quite relieved in a way that they had an excuse to go defence only, but that's what they used as the excuse. But so yeah, so anyway, I digress. I do that occasionally, as many of you know. So yeah, aircraft I haven't been building very long, but I've just sorted this stash out. I didn't count them this time. But we're probably about the same number of vehicle kits as I have aircraft kits. So I've got about 30 aircraft kits. I reckon it's the same again on vehicles. So I'm probably at 60 kits there, plus one or two, a couple of sci-fi kits, some figure kits, which I'm not counting. So yeah, but we did identify some more things that we want to sell. I'm not selling anything this Saturday. What I want to do is record them, box them up over the school summer holidays, and then we'll sell the rest of them off, and we'll do it in a slightly different way. But I just need to get rid of them. So I've got ships left to sort. So next week I'm away, so I don't know exactly what's happening on the channel. It all depends on how much time I get to to edit and get them out. But I'd like to think I at least do the Monday and Wednesday, even if we don't do Friday. Then the following week we'll be back to normal. Now, as for Table Talk, there won't be one next Saturday because with me being away, I won't have time to film anything. So there won't be anything. So we'll do one the following week. It might be a little bit longer, and we'll show you where we went on holiday, which was just south of Ayr in Scotland. So yeah, looking forward to it. Just going to be a major chill out. I won't be doing any modelling for a week, so that's always, you know, I don't really need a break from modelling. Modelling's my way of relaxing and taking a break from everything else. But sometimes it's good just to take all pressures off you and relax. So, you know, I'll be taking a puzzle book for the moments where I actually need to be occupying my brain, and that will be it. But be a lot of walking, sightseeing, eating, inevitably, and just chilling out. So anyway, I think that is it for this week. I did say we'd have a quick look at this, so let's just do that. So what time are we on? Oh yeah, we've got 5 minutes for this. So I'm going to do a proper first impressions on it and we'll go into it. But for you guys that are on here, what you get is a box with a magnetic lid. And then the markers are in foam. And it's like a chocolate box. There's multiple layers. So one, I think that's it, 2. So how many have we got then? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 19. So there's 19. I'm guessing there's the same on there. So 38 colours in total at 60 quid. So £1 something a pen. Yeah. So, and they're, yeah, they just look like felt tip pens. But obviously, we're interested in how they work and what they look like. There's a little brochure in here that tells you all about them. Well, no, it doesn't. It just gives you a list of colours. But a lot of them are RLM colours, I notice immediately. Russian cockpit turquoise, interestingly. So, yeah. So, there you go. That's it. I will do a proper first impressions and... well, not first impressions, we'll do a proper review video and have a look at the full set, what's in the box, and how they work. Nice box, actually. Nice presentation box, but you can take all of those pens out, probably be about that much, and put them in a tray, chuck that in the bin and save yourself a load of space. Right then, thanks very much for watching, and thanks for supporting the channel. I really, really appreciate it. I have a lot of fun doing this, and all that fun is because you guys, the comments you make, the support you give me, turning up on a Friday and having a chat with me while we watch the video. And by the way, if you watch the video on a Friday night when it premieres, you don't get any interruptions with adverts. So that's another plus. And you get to speak to fellow modelers, people that also follow the channel, have regulars that are in there pretty much every week, and then we have other people that tend to drop in from time to time. You're all welcome. What you need to do when the video starts playing is just look on your menu bar for live chat, and that'll bring up a separate chat on the side field there. Sometimes I see comments that have gone in the comments section. It's not in the comments, it's in the live chat. Okay, so look out for that every Friday, with the possible exception of the Friday that's coming. In the meantime, till I see you next time, have a great week or 2 weeks. Enjoy your modelling, that's the main thing. And I will see you around commenting on my videos and what have you. And if I've got an internet connection, I may well catch up with my comments and stuff while I'm away on holiday as well. So thanks very much. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. It's free, and that way you won't miss my first impressions, my tool reviews, my product reviews, and any of my builds, including wooden model kits as well as plastic. It's all free, and if you'd like to support the channel, you can hit my PayPal link in the text below. Every pound goes straight into the channel to keep the cameras rolling and to do more fun stuff for you to watch.